Alright, so it says we're live. So, as usual, I'm sure you get tired of hearing me say it. Welcome to the GM's Dice. Tonight is session 12 of At the Edge of the Empire. The session is titled The Unexpected. Our last session saw our villainous crew kidnapping some Twi'leks and a Rodian from Coruscant. And as they make it to their ship, they take off without getting any permission from flight control or anything like that. And that's where we take off. You guys have just taken off, just left the platform, and you're lifting up into the air and heading towards orbit when your sensors begin to blare warnings that coming up from behind you and from each side of you, there are Imperial patrols heading your way. Each consists of 2 ships.
We calculate the hyperspeed jump, please. We can get the hell out of here.
All right.
So if anybody thinks we're going to stop for them, we're not. So I hope no one has a problem with us blasting out of here.
Fleet begins to beep boop and all that back at you, and he's telling you that you can't hit hyperspace in orbit.
That's why I'm moving out of it. But calculate them now so we know where to go. So when I hit it, we can go. Please.
All right, Zara, what?
So, as all this is going on, Zara's going to man the gunner control and be ready for anything.
All right. As they get closer, you can see that each one on each side of you is 2 TIE fighters. Okay. And as they close in, over your comms, you hear static for a moment. It's just sort of a unidentified vessel. Cut power and return to landing pad 417A, or you will be fired upon.
I have 2 turrets, 2 mounted turrets, one dorsal and one ventral. So if somebody else wants to take one of the others, who's good at blowing things up, I guess.
Okay, I'll take the other one, which is the ventral. You took the dorsal, right? Zara?
I'll take dorsal, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'll take dorsal.
Well done.
This button is to fire it, right?
I guess Daenerys is just kind of hanging out in the holding bay watching the prisoners right now.
Hold on to something.
So you ignore them talking to you and just continue to make for orbit?
Are they in range yet?
They are closing in. Yeah, they're in close range already.
Oh, Fleet. See if you can send them a message saying that we hear you're trying to contact us, but we have no idea what you want. We're having problems with our comm system.
All right. Fleep sends over the message, and within just a few moments later, you hear again, power down and follow us to landing pad 417A.
Let me know when I can make my jump into hyperspace.
All right. You guys are heading for orbit, and they fire like a warning shot type of thing across the bow of the ship.
Okay.
Right in front of the cockpit and all that.
All right. At that, Zara's not going to hesitate. She's going to take the shot at the one that's got the best possible shot from their position.
Good.
All right. Let's see. So they are smaller than you, so that traveling at the same speed. So with them being smaller than you, that's going to go from being... Alright, so that's 2 purple.
All right.
And a failure. So you fire, and the shot goes. I mean, it's close, but it like goes right between the two, right over the round circular bulb of the cockpit.
Yep.
And the TIE fighter sort of dips and wobbles and whatnot, and then comes back up. I can see your lips moving, but I can't hear you, Nelson.
Damn, I like double tapped the mute button. My bad. Proto's going to be doing the same, but with his maneuver, he's going to take aim at his target and just try to line it up. It's like I think, and then fire away.
All right. So you also miss, but you get 4 advantages. So what do you want to use your advantages for?
Tell me if this is possible. I want it to appear almost like a close shot, or in the same way they shot a warning shot across our bow or whatever. Very similarly, to have the other TIE fighter sway in the same direction as the one Zara swayed in, having them actually slow down and trying to compensate so that they don't actually collide.
Okay. So yeah, which one did you fire at, Zara? Did you fire right, rear, or left? Because there's 6 of them on you. There's 2 on each, 2 at each.
Oh. I had been right behind because I thought they were just 2 right behind us. So.
Okay. So the 2 that are following right behind you that have climbed right up the ship's backside, they nearly collide with each other as you guys fire at them, and they slow down and back off. And now I would like I'm going to try this out. Brian, as being the pilot, I want you to roll initiative for the ship. We're going to do it like a ship's initiative rather than individual players' initiative.
All right. So what would that be then? Just
vigilance, because you weren't expecting them to show up.
okay. Vigilance. All right. So and then is there? Do I have any? Is it just that roll, or do I roll any?
No difficulty, just your vigilance.
Okay.
I kept rolling the first time, my bad. Alright, so they all go before you.
Of course.
Alright, so doing it as a ship's initiative, when it's your ship's turn, the pilot will go first, and then each of you will each get a chance to do something. It's one of those things that I was thinking about after my last game, and I wanted to see how it would work, so I'm going to try it.
Sure.
All right, so sorry about that. The 2 ships that are off on the left-hand side of the ship, they pick up speed, and sort of one of them flies out in front of you and sort of starts to slow down, kind of like it's trying to force you to slow down type of thing.
Yeah.
And the other one fires. He sort of as he's coming up along to do the same thing, he fires at you as he's coming along. And you guys are bigger than them, so that's gonna just be the 1 versus. All right, so he misses, but he's going to pass those 2 boost on to the next. And let's see. So for his maneuver, he finishes coming up in front of you and kind of takes alongside of the other one, and they're right directly in front of the ship. The guys on the left, they fall back behind, and they start both of them fire at the engines. So first guy and second. All right, so both of them managed to. Oh wait, I gotta upgrade their difficulty because they were each specifically aiming. Come on, damn it. Reset. Roll just the purple. Alright, so that goes to the first one. That cancels out his success, so he actually misses, and they should have had boost dice. Son of a bitch. My head is not with it tonight.
It's been a while. Well, for me. You guys can play.
Alright, so the first guy, he still has one success. Alright, now for the other. Okay, he actually has 4 successes and 2 advantages. So let's see, the first guy, he hits, so that's, let's see, what does, that's 6, so that's 6 and 6. And your armor will deduct from each 6. So, because it's 2 separate shots. Or wait, no, it's 6 and 8. Sorry, because of
Okay.
and they've each got the last set as they begin to pick up speed. They like slam it into full speed here, and they sort of split, and one comes up on each side of you. And over your comm, you hear again, please cease fire and follow us to landing pad 417A. We will crash your ship if we must. And then it's your turn.
Okay. Do I? What's in front of me? Do I still have one in front?
You've got 2 of them in front of you, 2 behind, and 1 on each side of you.
Okay.
So they've sort of boxed you in.
Are we in orbit?
You're getting close. You're lower stratosphere, so you're just about in orbit.
Okay. As soon as we get to that point of where we're in orbit, I'm going to just tilt us up slightly, and then hit the hyperspace jump. The hyperspace entrance. I can't think of what they're called.
All right. So, do you want to like increase your speed, or?
Yeah.
Because I see it as going at like medium speed at the moment. So if you've got like a speed 5 or 4, I'd see you going at like a 2 or a 3.
My speed is actually 3 for the ship.
All right.
So.
All right. So I'd see it going like a 2 right at the moment.
All right. So I'll see if I can get it up to a 4.
Yeah, it's you wanna see if you can bump it up to like push the engines past their capacity type of thing.
Yeah, and use a force dice. That's okay by everybody.
Yeah, you could use a one of the destiny points.
Okay.
We'll say it's a hard 3 purple versus your piloting planetary.
Okay.
You're still in orbit.
And I'm gonna so I get that. That's gonna make it go back to that. Make it that. Just get the extra die. And you said 3 purple.
Yep.
Okay. Oh. All
right.
Oh.
So you like slam it forward, and your engines begin to spool up, and you start getting warning signs all over your dash that your engine is beginning to overheat because you're trying to push it past its capacity. sort of thing.
And I'll say, Proto, Zara, see if you can get rid of these idiots.
All right, now it's up to the three of you. You can do whatever you want in whatever order.
Yeah.
All right, I'll
All
go.
right, Zara's gonna.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Proto.
Nah,
All right, Zara's gonna on the cannon, face it forward, and aim at the forward guys.
Okay, so you're going to fire at one of the guys in front of you?
Yep.
All right. Again, 2 purple. All right. I forgot to flip this for Brian. So you hit your success, and you get 2 advantages. Describe to me how you hit, and what's the damage from the cannon?
What's the damage, Darius?
The damage is 6.
All right, 6. So that's all
Critical
right.
You get with the 3, I guess 3 advantage. You get it's a critical. Same for the other gun.
All right, so you nail one of them good and hard, but it doesn't quite take them out. So go ahead and describe to me what it does and what you want to do with your advantages.
Okay, so Zara just doing it on silver pants, knowing that we got to get speed up to get into orbit and get the hell out of here. Whips around the cannon, not really aiming, just trying to either knock them out of the sky or at least get them off their path and give us a little bit more breathing room. So when she fires, she does a hit, but it fires wildly, so it does some damage to the wings, but they don't exactly take them down. They just kind of split off to avoid a collision.
Oh,
And
does he
the
go
blue side-
spinning off? Go fun.
Okay. So yeah, they split apart to avoid colliding. Sounds fine to me. And I'll say that's only 1 advantage. You've got 1 more that you can either describe a use for it or pass it on, or whatever you want to do.
Okay. And Zara will go, okay, Proto, knock him out of the way. We need to get some speed up and pass the boost dice off to Proto.
So Proto hearing this and like clicking switches and turning knobs and tapping screens, trying to line things up. Circuits are starting to, unused circuits are like burning to life, smoking from the side of his head. Proto's like, I'll get this. He's lining it up. He's aiming. He's actually going to take 2 strain to take an additional maneuver so he can double that up. And he's going to try to destroy, disable, or at least hit the TIE fighter that Zara so expertly guided right into his path.
All right. You managed to hit the 2 threats. I'm going to say go as system strain. So that goes for the ship strain, 2 points of strain for the ship. And let's see, that would be 6 and 7 points. And you were aiming at the same one that Zara hit, or the opposite?
Well, it's the one in front of us. We're supposed to clear a path, so.
Well, there's 2 of them in front of you, so.
Oh, there's 2.
Yeah, they just kind of like split
so
apart.
the secondary one.
All right. And that doesn't destroy him, but it brings him down to just 1 point. So I'm gonna say that he like goes spinning off, like you see in the movies and stuff. You hear the wah as he goes spinning out of the way.
And everyone can hear very loudly Ah, 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 ah.
All right. Cenarius, is there anything you want to do?
So meanwhile, while all this has been going on, Cenarius has kind of been rummaging through our captives' belongings, seeing if he could find anything of note. And then after getting blasted, and then here's the engines kind of up on the comms and says, "We do have a pilot on this ship, right?" And then he's gonna double move towards the engine bay, leaving the prisoners unguarded to try and do what he can with the engines to get us out here.
Okay. I'll say next round you're able to get to the engine room. Or by next round you'll be in the engine room, basically. So that's all of you guys. So let's see, back to them. The two that were in front of you, there's one left. And he just sort of begins to slow down, effectively trying to do what they were initially trying to do, is get you guys to slow down. And the two on each side of you, they sort of spread out apart away from you, and then begin to come back in at you, and each one of them fires at the ship. So that's that. They don't have boost dice, so get rid of that. And each one of them hits the ship for a total of 7 points each. And let's see, they don't have enough to pass. Alright, so they're just going to pass those on to the next couple of guys for boost dice. And then the two in behind you, they're going to do the same thing as last time. They're going to start firing at the engines, which upgrades difficulty because they're aiming for the engines particularly. And one gets a triumph.
Oh man.
And that was without their boost. But let's see, he does 6, 7, the other guy does. So that's another 7 each from them, minusing your armor from each 7. And the triumph is that one of your engines shuts down, one of your thrusters. So you're cut to half speed, and jumping to hyperspace or anything is going to be twice as difficult. Just because I technically don't know for sure if you would be able to with just one engine or with one engine out, but I'm going to say it's possible. It's just going to be a whole lot harder type of thing. And that would put you guys as your turn there, Darius, as being the pilot.
Okay. I'm looking at my thing here. It's a primary class 1 for my hyperdrive, backup class 12. Right, so let's give this another shot. I'm going to try and make another jump, so everybody hold on.
Alright, so doing your astrogations, your droid has been trying to plot these while the firefight's going on. So I'd like you to make an astrogations check with 2 setbacks, please, at a hard difficulty of 3 purple. So 3 purple, 2 black.
3 purple. There you go. I think I'm going to use another die. Maybe force die. Oh, sorry. I hit it.
Oh, that's okay.
You
Go.
hit it.
You're
Okay.
okay to clip it.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh,
Oh.
yes. So your droid takes 5 points of strain as he's really stressing to get you guys out of this situation. But with the 3 successes and the triumph, he obviously gets it plotted. But what does the triumph do for you?
The triumph gives us no setbacks when we make our jump.
Okay. I'll allow that. I'll take off your setbacks for your jump once you
Cool.
get ready to make it.
Yes.
Which I will allow you to make or attempt to make your hyperspace jump. Because you are now in the upper stratosphere, you're like right at the edge of where it goes from being sort of a bluish yellow sort of evening sky to where it's going to like the dark purple, almost black of space. So
Okay.
you're right at the edge of the atmosphere type of thing.
All right.
So if you want to make your jump now at the edge of the atmosphere, with 1 engine down, I'd say it's going to be a daunting check, so just 4 purple.
Should I use one more light side dice? Everybody, I want to ask before I do it, see what everyone thinks. Hello?
Do you, man? Do you?
Okay. So, and you said 4 purple?
Yep. You would have had the 2 black for being fired at and all that too. The 1 engine down screws you.
All right. So for the rest of the session, this will be all about community character creation.
No, you don't blow up or nothing, but like the typical Star Wars scene, like you flip the switch to go into hyperspace, and it just everything winds up and just as your hyperdrive does not kick in. And now the other 3 of you have a chance to do something.
Can you wait for me to get to the engine room before you break it anymore?
Well, tell me what you're going to do. If you would have told me you were going to do something, I would have waited.
So I'll take my last maneuver to get into the engine room.
All right. Yeah, you're in the engine room.
So what am I looking at here to try? He starts digging through panels and wires and rerouting circuitry and powers and.
You can see that when the 1 engine was shot out, it fried out a few systems, and you've got extra stuff on board the ship. I'll say it's going to be a hard 3 purple to get everything up and running again.
Right, and yep, nope. He's more of deconstructing, unlike my last character. So no boost there.
All right. So you're making progress. You're getting things worked together, but you're not quite getting it together fast enough. Like you said, you're better at taking things apart than putting them back together. So what do you want to do with your 3 advantages?
Let's see. I'm going to keep them for boost on the next check to repair the engines.
Okay.
So is that 3? When
If
you
you're
get one for
keeping them
each,
for your, yep, you're keeping them for yourself. That's going to be three boosts on your next check.
yeah, I'm gonna be selfish and keep them.
Okay. So that leaves Zara and Proto.
All right, so
Are
Zara's gonna whip it back around to the back and fire at the guys on our tail.
All right. 2 purple. Oh shit.
Boom!
So 6, so 4, that's 10. All right. Describe to me how you annihilate one of these TIE fighters.
Zara
Okay.
getting frustrated at the fact that they haven't made the jump yet. The hyperdrive appears to be damaged, and she does not want to be in a Imperial prison again. Just whips it around and pulls the Mandalorian that she had been trained for so many years out and takes a shot right at the TIE fighters at the rear. They've been shooting our engine out slowly, and as she whips it around, as she's coming around, the one eye just kind of in this slow motion moment just pings right on the one that's right in front of them. And as she whips it around in this slow motion type view, right when the crosshairs come on, bam, she blasts them right out of the sky.
All right. So yeah, you blast. You hit this thing dead center in the cockpit of this TIE fighter, and the whole thing just explodes. Parts go flying everywhere. A little ball of flame because you're still just at the edge of atmosphere. And because of the way you described it, the 2 threats I'm going to say are 2 strain on you for fear of going back to prison.
I'll take that strain.
And that's Proto.
All right, these are like just normal cannons, right? They're not like twin-linked auto-firing awesomeness.
Ventral turret mounted twin medium laser cannon.
All right, so that means I could actually fire twice, right?
Yes.
All right, so that
Oh,
means,
you mentioned linked. Shit.
does that has something to do with if I get 2 advantage, I'm able to hit it a second time, correct?
If you get 3 advantage, you get it's a critical.
Yeah, when it's linked 1, right?
Yes.
Yeah, with two advantages, you get to it's 2 shots.
I'm just trying to make sure because it's been a while. So again,
Which I wish I'd have thought of that because they got linked 1 also.
All right, cool.
Mhm.
So,
Because
Frodo's like still the circuits are whirring. He's using circuit boards he's like never used before. So he's burning away. He's doing the double aim thing, taking the strain, and rolling a massive 2 green on those. It's still 2 purple, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so like following in tandem with Zara, right? Spinning the turret around and firing at whatever TIE fighters are at the rear. Does absolutely nothing to any of them.
Yep, you're just
But
cinematically. I mean, there's just blaster fire, cannon
but-
fire going all around them, but not.
Proto's like ha, 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 just firing blasters. Like he's trying to hit things. Smoke is starting to fill up the pod. You know, the blaster pod. It started to get real foggy with the smoke coming from his head, and he's like, Zara, I've lined one up for you. And that's what the advantages are going to be. I'm going to pass 2 boosts to Zara.
All right. Well, it'd be 1 to pass to Zara. It'd be 2 to just the next PC in general.
Well, the next one to go can get 2.
Okay.
From feeling the need to get out of here, not because of the TIE fighters, but because the exorbitantly creepy laughter of this droid.
All right. So that takes us back to the top, and over the comms, you hear again. It's just, this is your last chance. You can land, and all will be forgotten, or we will shoot you down. And none of them fire. They're all just floating right along with you.
All right, just let no reply.
So you just ignoring them again. You've got your astrogations check. You can attempt another hyperdrive jump if you want, or you can turn and land like they're asking you to.
Well, I am waiting to hear what our little resident rodent is going to do.
Okay. We'll let Cineris go first this round as he's trying to repair the hyperdrive and such. So I believe you saved 3 boosts for yourself, and last time it was 3 purple. This time I'm gonna say it's 2 purple or 1 purple and 1 red.
You gain the 2 boosts from me if you're the next to go, so keep that in mind.
Oh yeah, so you get a total of 5 boosts because you got 3 that you kept for yourself and 2 that Proto sent off. So you got 1 purple and 1 red for your difficulty to get the thing fixed this time.
Would you like to take another shot? Work on the engine.
No, go ahead. Get the engine going. So
This should
prepare
be
for next
simple.
shot on the
We'll
wall.
see what the dice do. So, all right. He's rummaging through the engine, just ripping stuff out. Figures out what's going wrong with it, and holy shit, that was really close. So yeah, as he's going through, he kind of sees, figuring out what goes to where, and he manages to find some wires that he can tie together, and he gets some power spun up the downed engine.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, you managed to get the engine powered up and get everything back online, and Darius in the cockpit would see his warning lights and such would go off, indicating that your engine is back up, and you can attempt to make another hyperspace jump if you'd like.
Are we all clear, Cineris?
I don't know about clear. You did some real damage, but go ahead and give it a shot now.
All right. I'm going to use one
And I'll
of the...
pass on some boost dice to Darius.
Cool. All right. I'm going to use one of the old light side dice, too, again.
Okay.
How many boosts?
Well, this time around, you guys are completely out into orbit. You're completely out in space. You're not in at the edge or anything, so it's just going to be 3 purple.
All right. So, look, do I do any of these blue dice?
Yeah, you get 3 blue because he gave you 3 boosts.
Okay. And you said 3 purple? Okay.
Yep. All right. So again, you get the classic Star Wars wind up. Everything starts to power up, and back in the engine room, there's sparks going all over the place. There's smoke rolling out of the engine compartment that Cineris has got his head in, and you guys are going nowhere fast. You're still moving at your maximum speed, but you're not hitting hyperspace at all. And You've still got 3 TIE fighters on you.
Zara is frustrated as hell right now at the fact that it's not been jumped yet, so she's going to take a shot at the last TIE fighter that's directly behind us.
Okay. 2 purple.
And do I get any boost from those 3 advantage, Brian?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's 8 damage, just enough to annihilate this other TIE fighter.
All right. So Zara, obviously frustrated at the fact that they are still not jumped. This thing is fired off twice to go to jump to hyperspace, and both times nothing. And that anger, that Zabert part of her, that anger just feeds into her, and she just was ready for, just in case this didn't go off again, and having the sights ready, fires her shot and shoots the second one that's behind them, or that was behind them.
All right. And this time being in space, the puff of flame and all that from exploding is a bit smaller than the last one, but much like the last one, it just explodes. The wings sort of fly off in separate directions, and now there's just the 2 of them on each side of you.
Yeah, see, Proto wasn't holding anything back. Proto has just got his button on his finger on the button, just firing off, yelling over the comms, Captain, the ventral cannons are malfunctioning. There's smoke everywhere.
Thank you, Proto.
And am I getting a boost from that
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
cool. So
Pass on those boosts.
pass them along.
They seem to be needed.
Yeah. So that's a good hit.
That's
Another 8.
That is. It's another 8. You managed to take out one of the 2 TIE fighters, left or right?
Whatever left.
All right. So you take out the one on the left, firing through the wing and into the. You're just firing away, just boom, 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 like shreds the one wing on the thing and hits the cockpit.
As a
and
matter of
explodes.
fact, can I also hit the one on the right if I use the 2 advantage to trigger the linked thing?
If they were both on the same side, I'd say yes. But with them being on opposite sides of the ship, I'm going to say no.
Okay. I don't know what their positions were. All right, cool. So that we could let those advantage ride.
All right, so being at the top of the list again, there's just the one ship left, and he sort of falls back in behind you, and he begins to fire, but also at the same time, like on the edge of your sensors, you can read that there's 3 more ships coming your direction. And let's roll for his firing. And I am actually going to upgrade. It's a good thing I upgraded. He gets 1 success out of it, which is another 6 points of damage. And the advantage is going to be that if you guys don't make your hyperdrive this round, his backup is going to arrive next round rather than 2 rounds from now. But it's you guys' turn again.
All right.
So Cenarius is sitting there in the engine bay in that cloud of smoke. His gray fur is a little bit darker now from the ash and smoke. He proceeds to crawl back in, mumbling to himself about how this captain can't even pilot his own ship.
Damn pigskins can't fly worth a damn. I could just imagine it.
So we have what? So what's the difficulty this time?
This time it's gonna be 2 purple and a red. Actually, no, don't roll yet. It'll be 1 purple, 1 red, and 1 setback.
All right. Sounds good. So he's in there digging around.
All right.
All right, he fell right with it.
All good. 2 successes, 2 advantage, and a triumph. What do you do, sir?
So he thinks he has it this time. For the triumph, I'm going to pass that on to upgrade the next check. And then same boost that way, hopefully out of here. So yeah, there was just a loose connection. He didn't get the little wiring nut he kind of threw on there tight enough. So it shorted out, and that's why we didn't make the jump.
Okay. So, Brian, your next attempt at jumping gets an upgrade without having to spend a destiny point, plus 2 boost dice, with a difficulty of 2 purple and a red.
Okay. And then, how many of the blue die?
2 blue die.
You said 2 purple and a red.
Yep.
All right. There we go.
All right, so it's about time that
Yeah.
you roll 3 successes. The threat is going to go for a point of system strain.
How much?
And
Oh, points.
1 point of system strain.
All right.
As you finally jump into hyperspace. All of the stars and everything, they just begin to elongate to nice long bright lines of light, and all of a sudden Coruscant and everything just disappears from behind you. And you are flying through hyperspace. And you gentlemen can feel free to describe in RP what happens during your next 2 days of hyperspace.
Proto is
Anybody wanna go
complaining
first?
about the ventral cannon. That I didn't realize in what state of disrepair your ship was in, Captain. The ventral cannon was smoking the entire time I was in the cockpit. Luckily
Was
for
it,
you,
or was
I
that
didn't need
just
to breathe. Huh?
Was it, or was that just him smoking?
I think he described it as him smoking, but
It was
doesn't-
actually
doesn't
Frodo
realize it, yeah.
smoking,
All right.
and it was filling the little orb where the cannons go. But Frodo is telling you it was smoking.
All right.
I'll add it to my list of repairs. I'm busy enough with the poor flying of our great captain. This ship would have been better off if I could have just stolen it.
I go up to him and I pick him up by his head, and that's by the hair. Do you want to get spaced?
Put me down, pale skin.
I take him to a locker and open it and throw him in it and close it. Leave him in there. That's enough
I
out
don't
of
see
you.
your ship's not going to get fixed this way.
That's all right. I'll pay for it to have it fixed properly.
You sure you got the money this time there, Darius?
I think so. Why?
I remember you still owe me for the last set of repairs we had at Bespin. And she just kind of winks and just knowing that she's just giving Darius some crap for throwing our little mechanic in the locker.
Captain, Captain,
Yeah, bro.
we have 4 additional life forms on this boat. How many were we supposed to retrieve?
Was it 3 or 4? Was it girls? Wasn't it 4 of them or 3?
3.
You were just supposed to pick up the three Twi'lek women,
Yeah.
but you picked up the 3 Twi'lek women and a Rhodian.
Find out who was the Rhodian. Wasn't he the one who was taking care of him?
He's the one whose apartment they were in.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, find out what his deal was and why he was hiding there. Find out who he is.
So who's going to go talk
Affirmative,
to him?
Captain. Loading bad cop initiative.
There you go.
There, that answers my question.
Is someone
And-
going
and
to let
Zara's
me out of
gonna-
this locker?
I come and let you out.
As
Don't be a smart ass. We're not charging you for rent or anything. And apparently your fixing didn't do all that great from the first time one of the times I was trying to get into hyperspace.
Your flying didn't keep us from getting shot.
And then talked to the ship. Didn't want to go.
Zara,
So
after,
go back
after
down.
all this exchange, is going to go to what the little library area we have in our ship, and she's going to pull out that data pad that they got from a while back and check into it.
Okay, you went robot for a second. You're pulling out a data pad from what?
Remember those clones a while back that we got the data pad for? We never checked into what was on that data pad.
Ah, okay. Let's see, that data pad that you got from the clones months back on Ord Mandel. Shit, what did I? It's got a list of rebellion safe houses that are in the Ord system.
Okay. And as she's looking at this, she will because she hates the Empire, of course, because they're after her. But she's no rebel, not part of the rebellion, has no interest in the rebellion. But she knows that this information might be handy someday, so she kind of gets this cocky grin and puts it away in a nice little safe location.
Okay.
And that's all she. And after she puts it away, she'll look at her new Solmary pet and kind of pet it on its head and that was all I wanted to do.
All right. So Proto was loading bad cop and was heading down to go talk to your prisoners, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you head down to the cargo area that you've got your prisoners tied up and thrown into. and the four of them are still sitting there on the floor, all hog-tied, basically.
Is they're all hogtied individually?
I believe that's how you had tied them up the last time. You cuffed each one of them. So.
All right. So with the cuff behind, Proto's just gonna grab the cuff of the Rhodian and sort of just toss him to the other side of the room.
Okay.
And then look at the three Twi'leks, taking a pause as he faces each one, and just ask them, "Are you comfortable?"
And the one with the purple skin, she kind of, and all three of them sort of give you this nasty, evil eye that if looks could kill type of thing. But she looks at you and she says, "Wearing cuffs on a cold floor. What do you think?"
"So you're fine then. Wonderful." And then he'll just turn around and go towards the Rhodian.
Yeah, and you hear, "Stupid droids." But you head over toward the Rhodian, and
I look at the Rhodian. We don't need. Will you be kind enough to make us need you? Please tell me, why would we need you?
he just kind of looks at you and says, "If you don't need me, why'd you take me? I was fine where I was."
An error of circumstance.
So, I suppose you could always turn around and take me back.
That would be most inconvenient.
Well, then I guess I'm along for the ride.
Please tell me, and he'll just he'll grab him by the ankle and just sort of start crushing.
And he starts to scream for a moment. He says, "Ah! What do you want to know? What do you want?"
Was that painful?
Well, I don't expect you to understand it, but yeah, it was.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much did that hurt you?
Do you still have a hold of his ankle?
No, he let go.
All right, so he's sort of sitting there, just rotating his foot around. And he's, I'd go with 11.
That is higher than 10. That must be a lot of pain. That's good to know. Now, how will you make yourself useful?
What do you want to know?
Everything.
He says, "Well, I can't tell you everything. I don't know everything. And unless you
This
ask
would
me,
be-
unless you give me a specific of what you want to know, I don't know what to tell you."
Why were you sheltering the three? And he sort of looks over his shoulder to the Twi'leks. Those three fine ladies.
He says that was my job. They needed a place to hide out. I was told to keep them there until they were picked up by some people. I don't know what people. I just know I was told to wait until they were picked up.
That's wonderful. So why would you? And he sort of looks up in the air. Why were you untrue with us when we asked our questions earlier? You made this much more difficult than it needed to be.
Well, you weren't the ones that were supposed to be picking them up. Or at least you didn't seem like the people that were supposed to be picking them up.
What should we have seemed like?
Well, from my past experiences, nicer.
I am quite nice. For instance, I can count to 12, and he just sort of grabs his ankle and crushes a slight bit harder.
Yeah, he doesn't actually say anything this time. He just screams.
And as soon as he starts screaming, he waits like a half a second before releasing his grip and then pulling his hand back. You see, I could have been that bad from the beginning. I can count much higher than 12, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. Most of us can.
Ah, that's wonderful. So we are in an understanding. And he just starts nodding his head.
Says, yeah. He says, no, unless you give me specifics, I can't tell you any more than I already have.
So he'll straighten up and sort of start rubbing his chin like if he was actually processing all of this. he starts rubbing his chin. You just hearing the metal on metal sort of scraping. Well, for instance, we can start with who hired you.
I don't know. Yes, I receive funds in my account, and occasionally people show up at my house or at my apartment that need to hide out and hold over, and they stay. As long as I let them, credits show up in my accounts.
I am sensing an inconsistency. Then why would you make this more difficult than it needed to be?
Well, like I said, you guys weren't the typical people that show up to pick up anybody who's stayed with me in the past. This is I run a safe house.
Proto tilts his head slightly. Well, for one who does not know who is actually employing him, who are you to judge who we are?
The people that show up usually seem more helpful than aggressive.
Proto says, well, if you had been honest, we would have been nothing but helpful. I was built to protect and serve, you know.
Yeah. Now I'm sensing some errors in what's being said here.
Oh, I am being nothing but truthful.
So I don't doubt from your make and model that you were built for protecting and serving. I mean the factor of being less aggressive. It's hard to believe that a Mandalorian, and as he says this, Zara comes walking into the room, and he sort of looks over your shoulder. And he says, I don't see Mandalorians being anything other than aggressive.
When Zara walks in, Proto straightens up, looks at Zara and goes, "Oh, hello."
Oh, by all means, continue.
Well, if a Mandalorian is nothing but aggressive, why am I? And he grabs his ankle again and starts squeezing, but he stops at about half as tight as he had it before.
Okay, so he's, I'm telling you what you're asking. I'm answering you when you ask me questions. Now, what the hell?
Well,
Quit
the
doing that.
Mandalorian isn't causing you pain. This would be a 5 or a 6, correct? He's not letting go while he's asking this question.
Hey.
Oh, my mistake, and he loosens his grip only slightly. Is that more like it?
It's still not helpful.
It's helping me relieve stress.
Well, I'm glad it's helping you. Gritted teeth and all.
Then he lets go.
Or what would sound like being through gritted teeth, I should say.
He lets go of his ankle.
He says, I'm answering your questions. Why the hell do you keep doing that?
Would I know Zara to be like the second in command or have like a title that I need to address her by?
Um, you would probably not necessarily know her as having a title or anything, but as you'd either as knowing her as being an equal to Darius or second in command, at least on the ship, because she's the only other original member on the ship whenever you joined up.
Alright, so it's instead of calling her Zara, Miss Drat, would you have any questions for? I'm sorry, and he turns to the Rhodian. I never seem to get your name.
Kimbo.
You said Kimbo?
Yes.
All right. So Proto actually says, I am known as Proto. Pleasure to meet you. And he starts extending his hand as if waiting for a handshake.
And he sort of shies away from you, and at the same time kind of gives you the look like, yeah, I wouldn't shake your hand if I could, sort of thing. Because
He
he's
looks at his
still,
hands, and then he looks at him. He goes, oh, my mistake. He stands up and then just turns to look at Zara.
And Zara will look at Kimbo and say, so, never did answer Proto's question of making yourself useful. You see on this ship here, everybody has a purpose. Now, you have two options here. I'll give you three options. You can either join this crew and show us what you're worth. We can drop you off at the next available stop we have and just find your own way back where you need to go. Or we can just let you go right here and now.
says, well, as far as joining your crew, he says, I don't have any real skills. That's why I run a safe house. He says, now, as far as being let go here and now, I'd rather not be spaced. But I don't know what I can tell you more than I already have. I mean, I don't know who hired me to do it. I was contacted through a comm to do this, and as long as I do it and credits show up in my account and I don't go hungry.
Yeah, turning to a Kimbo, Proto just says, please, Kimbo, don't undersell yourself. You are a great stress reliever.
And he just sort of, much like the women, give you this glare that if looks could kill type of thing.
And after hearing that, Zara will come in and then kind of do a serious kind of attitude and goes, is it customary for you not to know all the people that hire you? Or there's some of the customers that hire you?
I don't have, as far as I know, multiple customers. Unless you want to count the people that have stayed with me as customers, in which case, I mean, I've had dozens. But I don't ask questions. People show up and tell me they need to be there for however many days, and that there'll be somebody there to get them, or they just need a couple of days to lay low, and they do, and money shows up in my account. I was contacted, like I said, through a comm by somebody who sounded like they were a droid or using a voice modulator to hide who they are.
Interesting. And she'll look at Proto, kind of put her hand on his shoulder and goes, I don't think there's any more useful information we have from him. But I don't see any purpose for him on this crew. So when we get to our stop, we'll just let him go away. And as after she says that, she'll turn and walk away, and she'll stop as she's heading out and look to Pro and go, Pro, stop using the poor guy as a stress reliever, and we'll walk back up and out.
Well, as Zara walks out, Proto turns to Kimbo and just asks, "Do you know any games?" And that's just gonna be like the last thing Proto's gonna do.
Yeah, you ask him that, and he just kind of looks at you, dumbfounded. That doesn't actually answer you. He just gives you this dumbfounded look, like, really? And then you turn and walk out as well?
I mean, if we're gonna continue, basically Proto would be very odd in how he takes care of the prisoners. Like he'll search for the rooms for any blankets or whatever, and start getting like little cups for the Rhodians. But the entire not the Rhodians for the Twi'leks. But the entire time he actually neglects the Rhodian.
Okay. Sounds
You know?
perfect.
So he's caring for the Twi'leks, but unless he's given the okay to let them go, he doesn't remove their cuffs or anything.
Okay. So for the next day and a half, you spend taking care of the prisoners. Cineris, I'm going to guess, spends the next day and a half working on the engines and such to the best he can. And 2 days goes by, and you guys drop from hyperspace abruptly. The engines begin to make some funny noises, some clanks and some whirring sort of sounds. And you drop from hyperspace about a day before you should. And shortly after you, or not shortly, but I mean like just seconds after you drop from hyperspace, there's a big sort of explosion sort of sound that comes from the engine that got all shot up. And you guys are your hyperdrive at the moment is, from best you can tell, is shot.
Darius, what's going on?
I don't know. I guess I should ask you. What did you do to my engines? Actually, who was that?
That was Zara. That was...
Oh, sorry. All right. Sorry, I thought that was. I thought it was Cenarius. I don't know. Let's go find the rodent and see what he has to say. So we go looking for Cenarius.
All right, and where do they find Cenarius? Is he in the engine room, or is he rummaging through people's stuff again?
What's that?
So where is Cenarius? Is he in the engine room when all this happens, or is he rummaging through people's stuff again?
I mean, probably be. It depends. Where was everybody at this time?
Proto, at the time that this happens, he's down feeding the Twi'leks because they're still cuffed and can't feed themselves. Zara and Darius, I'm going to say, were probably in the cockpit of the ship.
No.
He probably would have been. They'd find him in Zara's quarters, just looking around.
Before we do it, when that happens, I'm going to ask Fleek right away. Fleek, what happened?
Fleep tells you that the hyperspace engine has blown and gone offline.
All right. So let's go find the rodent. I guess we find him in her room.
Yep. So as you guys are heading back the main hall, basically the main corridor of your ship, to get back to the lift that'll take you down to the engine rooms. You pass by Zara's quarters, and the door's wide open, and you see Cineris. He by his words, he's not necessarily rummaging through anything, but he's sort of standing over her chest, or her not chest, but her foot locker, and sort of looking at it like, should I or shouldn't I?
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
And he's brushing his fur. And he walked up, getting some of the dust and soot out.
I say to Zara, if you want to shoot him, I can just look the other way. Say that he was accidentally playing with your gun and it went off.
She'll shake her head and say, nah. He is what he is.
What is that?
I guarantee. Huh?
What is that he is? What are you? And why are the engines offline? Get out here.
Because they got shot. I did what I could. What do you mean they're
Come
offline?
with me. Did you notice we stopped? We're sitting in the middle of space.
Did you notice I was trying to groom myself?
Yeah, not in your room. Get to the engines. Come on. Put her brush down here. Wash that too. Let's go.
So yeah, he'll scurry down to the engine room with everybody.
Darius is carrying notes. Picks you up and puts you under his arm like this. Let's go.
Stop picking me up. I'm not something. I'm sentient too.
I know you are. Let's go.
I'm not an object like a droid.
Don't say that to him. All right. Anyway, so we go downstairs.
Oh, I love
Wherever
it.
the engine room is.
All right. My cheeks hurt. All right, you get down to the engine room, and the number 3 engine is like one whole side of it has like split open, blown open. There's like the ceiling of the room is full of a thick gray smoke, and the engine is sparking and stuff where it's been like blown open or torn open. And Cineris, you can make a average mechanics check to be able to figure out what's wrong with it.
Oh.
All right.
Shot. That's what's wrong with it. The damage is on the outside. There's only so much I can do from the inside, especially in hyperspace. So I can just go out there in a suit and conduct repairs. We need to land.
You can't hold your breath? Yeah, we'll find it. Let's look for a planet.
Not in hyperspace.
All right. Well, along with it being shot as being the reason it's screwed up, you would also have noticed that where the main engines connect to the hyperspace or hyperdrive and all that, you'd notice that 3 of the 6 Kepler couplings are fried. They're toast. And you were right in the factor that you need to land or find somewhere, because it's not something that you can just repair on the go. The ship's got to be like put into dry dock and have it repaired, or have the hyperdrive
All right,
a
so
new hyperdrive put in.
I go stomping up to the bridge, get onto the computer, see where we are, and what's the closest planet.
Well, as you head up to the bridge and begin looking at your computer panel and all this, you would see that there is a ship headed your direction. Not in a like threatening manner or anything like this. They're not coming in at attack speeds or anything like that. But there is a ship that's headed in your direction.
Sweep, what is that? What is that?
He'd scan and he'd come back with he'd say it's a Corellian cruiser.
A military
So-
cruiser?
So like the diplomatic type ship that like you see at the very beginning of what is now episode 4 of A New Hope.
Okay.
Where the hell are we?
Yeah, where are we?
Look, looking at your scanners, you are like in the middle of systems. You're out in just dead space. There's nothing around you at the moment.
All right.
And over your comms, you hear. Let's see, where was it? All right, you hear. So, you guys need some help or what? Our scans are showing that your engines are offline, and for being out here in the middle of nowhere, you're either waiting for somebody or you got problems.
It's the latter. We got problems with our hyperdrive. Who is this?
He says, well, my name is Captain Guarlis.
Okay, Captain. I am glad to.
We're a salvage freighter. Well, not technically a freighter, but we're in the business of salvage.
Do you know where the nearest planet is to where we could get our ship fixed?
The weight is awful.
Well, what exactly is wrong? I've got a crew of mechanics. We might be able to help you.
Okay. I look over at Zara.
She'll signal to click mute the comm real quick.
Yeah. Mute it.
Muted. Okay. All right. I'm not liking this. If these guys are scavengers, and they know our ship is damaged, they may try to get over.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Your thoughts, Darius?
All scenarios. Do you think you can get at least our what are the non-hyperdrive engines called?
Just your subliminal, or not subliminal, but sublight engines.
Sublight engines. Do we have those?
2 of the 3 are working, yes.
So we can move on sublight power. What's the closest planet under sublight power?
About a week's travel from where you're at.
Do you think we can make it?
You guys have
Serious. Do you think under sublight power we could get to the closest planet?
It's just going to take time, but I don't know if we can outrun them.
I don't think we have to outrun them. They don't seem to be, at the moment, they don't seem to be making any demands. They're offering help.
All right, but if you're suspecting them of
Yeah.
potential piracy and trying to scavenge the ship, if we try to run and they do chase,
I'm not
we're
too keen
not
on,
going to get far.
and considering our passengers, probably not a good idea to invite strangers on board.
Captain,
I don't know what choice we have.
Captain, come in, Captain.
Yes, Proto.
The purple one says she needs to use the restroom.
Why don't you go ahead and take her to the restroom? Make sure she doesn't pull anything down.
I was not programmed for this.
Well, if you want to wait and tell her to hold on, we'll have someone come and get her if you're not comfortable doing it. So tell her at the moment we've got another situation. Or give her a cup. Let's see here. So I'm gonna thank
try to run.
Captain. What's his name?
Guarless.
Guarless. We'll thank Captain Guarless. Captain, thank you for your offer. I think we're going to be fine.
Well, it's up to you. I got a team of mechanics here. We might be able to help you. We got plenty of parts. Just cost you some credits.
I think we'll be okay. But thank you again. And I cut out the call and just wait. Or actually, start up the sublight engines and find the nearest planet and head off in that direction.
All right. Looking at sensors and even looking out your viewport, you can see that the ship sort of starts to bank off and turn away. But after a few moments of him flying off in one direction and you guys starting to take off and go, you can see two ships drop from the belly of the cruiser and begin to head back in your direction.
Okay.
You can run a computer scan to see if you can tell what type of ships they are.
They asked us to sing the monkey and do stuff.
I'll go ahead and do it.
No cheers.
Yeah.
Okay. Average computers check.
Yeah, better
So two purple.
do that.
All right.
I just can't identify it.
Your scans don't identify what ships they are, but with the advantage, I'm going to say that they tell you what type of ships they are. They just don't tell you which exact ship they are. So one of them you can tell is a starfighter of some sort, and the other is some type like a patrol boat type of ship.
Oh. We're definitely outgunned.
Coming back over the comms, Proto's like, Captain?
Yes, Proto.
She is not pleased with the idea of the cup.
Tell her, well, sometimes we just don't always get what we want.
Affirmative, Captain.
Thank you, Proto.
Alright, so what's our options, Darius?
Upon hearing about the two ships incoming, Daenerys is going to go and check out that ventral turret real quick because we may need it up and running. He's going to see if it was malfunctioning like Proto had mentioned.
Okay. I'm just going to keep us going at maximum sublight engines and watch the scans for the other two.
All right, with one engine down, your maximum speed is 2.
All right.
So you're heading off maximum speed, and this starfighter quickly catches up and like flies out off in front of you. Like you can see it through the viewport, and sort of does a sort of backward sort of roll to come back directly at you guys, and you can see that it's an X-95. Damn it, where did I write that down?
Is it a Z95 or an X-wing?
It's the X-95 or Z-95, sorry, fighter. So it's the predecessor, the Headhunter, yeah, the predecessor to the X-wing.
Okay.
And while that's going on, the patrol boat that was flying up to you guys, you lose it on the scanner, and you hear a sort of a thunk sort of sound.
Oh.
And you hear over comms a different voice rather than the captain's voice. You hear a sounds much younger, much gruffer. He says, "You know, this could have been a whole lot easier." He says, "Now we're going to board you, and we're going to take what you want or what we want, and if all goes well, you'll live."
Who is this?
Well, you can just call me Mr. X. Now, open your starboard hatch, your airlock.
At this, Zara is going to run from the bridge to her room and equip up. She's not hesitating.
What should we do with
Are we
it?
preparing for a fight, boys?
Captain, nothing appears to be wrong with this.
I'm sorry, Cenarius, you were cutting out. Cenarius, what were you saying?
Nothing appears to be.
You're
Nothing's
still cutting. Nothing.
wrong with the ventral turret.
Okay, thank you. All right, well, we've got guns. Do we want to fire on this thing?
I believe they are attached onto our ship.
The gunboat is, yes. But the Z-95 Headhunter, it is not. It's still sort of flying a pattern right around out in front of the ship.
We have one hyper engine, right? Or are they all both offline?
As far as I know, your ship's only got one hyperdrive engine. And
Okay.
it's offline.
Oh, Cenarius just vanished. What I was going to ask him, is there a way that we could do a short jump just to get the hell out of here? And even with that thing tacked onto us, who knows whatever the hell happens to it when we leap into hyperspace, whether maybe it tears it up. Who knows? But just so we can get a short jump out of here.
I'll say it's possible that you could. I mean, it's very, very, very unlikely that you'd be able to, but it is a possible chance. But you'd run the risk of blowing up.
Scenario, did you hear this or no? Were you off the? All right, well, you're speaking muted. Your mic's out. You're muted.
Yeah. I caught the blowing up part, so.
My
he was
question is,
asking.
there a way? Oh, go ahead, Sean.
He was asking if there was a way that you could possibly make a short, or if the hyperdrive engine was working well enough that you could possibly make a very, very, very short hyperspace jump to get away from these guys real quick. And I said that with the damage that's done, it would be a very formidable sort of check that, I mean, if failed, the ship would probably just be destroyed.
I've been down that road.
but I think
Yeah, I
he
don't
was
think we
wanting
should
a.
prepare. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
So we're going to hold them off the ship, or we're going to let them come on? As Zara's making her way to that starboard hatch.
Is this
I don't
happening
know.
over the internal comms?
Yes.
All right, so Proto knows that you guys are about to fight, right?
Yeah.
So apologizing to our guests for leaving them alone for a moment. Proto will start making his way to the starboard hatch with a cup in hand.
Oh God. Okay, so Sonaris has advised against trying to make a jump,
All
saying
right.
that he's been down that road before. It's not going to be wise. Zara and Proto are making their way toward the hatch, and seeing as how you haven't opened the hatch yet, I'm going to say that as they reach the hatch, like you can start to see like this glowing sort of dot, like they were beginning to cut through the hatch.
Zara's... Would Zara be able to time how long she thinks they'd be able to get through that hatch?
Yeah, you've got experience in that. I'd say you've probably got about, you would know that you've got about 5 minutes before they get completely cut through. You would also know that if they cut their way through, that you're going to have to close all the airlocks and the doors to that section, otherwise the ship will decompress. Because they're just simply cutting a hole in the ship to get in. Like as soon as their patrol boat would pull off, it'd just be open to space.
Okay.
Nelson, you're muted.
I have an idea.
Proto's just like, I'm guessing that's not a good sign.
No, it's not.
No. Darius, I think your ship's going to get a little banged up here.
Yeah, I think so too.
So what kind of a defense do we want to pull? Or do we just want to let these guys on the ship?
Do we want to let them in and then be prepared to shoot at them as they come in?
That's what I'm asking you. Do you want to fight back, or do you want to join in?
How much time did you say we had till they get through?
A little less than 5 minutes now.
I can rig something up to, but you're not gonna like it.
Go ahead and tell me. Who knows? I mean, like it.
It's gonna hurt your ship a little bit.
No, it's already been
But
hurt.
I've got some. I have some detonite, and I can make a trap. So when they do come through, there'll be a nice big bang for them.
Do it.
That's what I was going to say, but that's good. Good. Set that up.
All right.
So yeah,
You get it
Daenerys is
quick.
gonna take out this
I have a
detonite.
question.
It's basically like
Hold on a second. I wonder how many people they have on board their ship. This is like the Tantive 5
Not
cruiser.
many.
Right?
It's a patrol boat.
No, the big cruiser.
The big crew. It's a. Damn, I don't have.
That's the little ship that was chased in the opening segment from New Hope, correct? That's the Tantive 5.
Yeah, it's,
Right, that
it's a
one does.
Corellian type cruiser, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
The cruiser ship, I think it's capable of holding like 50 or 60 people.
Well, what do you think if we were to try and take that ship? They fuck this thing up.
Well, we
Well, they're
need to take care of these guys first.
You're breaking up, Chris.
You went all robot on us.
The what?
Saying that we got to take care of these guys first. The skip.
Sure. Yeah.
This, and then we can discuss that later. But right now we need to take care of this.
What if we left the patrol boat intact, killed these dudes, went back as them, rigged something here, say that something's overloading, we let this thing blow, and go back and try and take the other ship.
Well,
I
I'm
love the
afraid
notion of upgrading.
Pardon me?
Proto turns to Darius and just says, "I love the notion of upgrading."
What do you, Zara, Cenarius, what do you think?
It's gonna be a fight, but I mean, this
Well, I
ship's
don't-
gonna be.
this first fight
We're gonna need a
shouldn't
lot of
be
repairs.
too bad. And there are only about like 3 or 4 people that can be on these patrol boats. It would be the fight beyond that that's going to be the long, drawn-out battle.
What do we do with our passengers? I mean, do we can we get them? Can we get all of us onto the patrol boat?
Hearing that, Zara goes, well,
Wait,
Zara, after hearing about what you said about the prisoner, Zara goes, a brief moment of her memory comes back for a moment. Hearing about the story about her father and the incident when he lost his limbs and forgetting to take care of a prisoner that they had in their hold. And she will turn to Darius and say, whatever we do, we need to make sure that these prisoners stay alive.
okay, we have two.
I've heard of bad incidents.
I got two. We have 2 lifeboats on board this thing.
All right. Let's do this. All right. We'll come on. We'll detonate the explosion. Darius, in the process, we need to keep them alive during this process. And then I will help hold them off if there anything left of them after this explosion.
If we can put tracking devices on the lifeboats, put them into the lifeboats.
Why not send your droid to watch them?
Proto is really good at, that would be a good idea. He's also good at fighting.
Not Proto, your droid, little rolling
sweet.
one.
While they're all strategizing, Proto is sort of like nervously looking around at an adequate place to put down this cup.
3 minutes.
And during the conversation, Cenarius is laying out a bead of detonite along each sides of the hull for the airlock.
Okay. Make an average. I'm gonna say mechanics check to see if you're able to set it up. Yeah. See if you're able to rig this trap.
What is my? Oh yeah, mechanics. Sweet.
All right, yeah. You're able to get it rigged successfully without it going off on you.
Hope so. It's a specialty.
Yeah, you got about 3 minutes till they're all the way through.
The escape pods, they carry 3 people each.
No, you guys could just simply open the door, and then you don't have to worry about decompression.
Yeah, it's fine with me. Well, how are you with that?
So, all right, let's do that. And Zara will get into a position where she's ready to fight them off and be safe enough from any explosion, just in case.
Before we do, let's take the pass. I think we need to put the passengers in the pods now, or do you want to wait till we? Well, you know what? Let's wait.
Well, your passengers are down on your lower level in your cargo.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
If you just simply shut the bulkhead door, it's safe from decompression.
All right. So we'll do that. Just keep
If
them
anything
there.
were to happen.
Yeah. All right. We'll keep them there for the time being. Okay.
All right. And you guys
So,
open
all right.
the door.
So tell them, all right, hold on, we give up. Everybody ready?
Ready.
And as you tell them you give up, Mr. X comes back. He says, "I knew you were a smart guy." And as you flip the switch to open the doors come sliding open, and you can see at a quick glance what looks to be 5 guys all stacked up, like one there with a cutting torch in the very front with 2 rows of 2 behind him, like they were cram-packed into this patrol boat, because it technically is only supposed to fit 3 people, but like this patrol boat's been gutted so it could be used as a boarding ship. Doors
Seeing
come
the
sliding
torch
open.
scenario is just kind of.
Oh, go for it.
I was say, seeing that he's using a cutting torch scenario, just kind of snickers to himself and says amateurs as he looks down in his utility belt and sees this quick flash burning gel.
But
Hold on. One thing before. Are we still gonna like blow them up when we open the door, or just do a firefight? Since Cenarius went to all that trouble of laying out his explosives.
Oh, we're gonna blow it.
Cool. All right. Wanted to make sure.
yeah, so the door's open. This guy's like on his knees with the torch open, and the door's open, and he just sort of looks around like, damn.
Cenarius. After you.
And he stands up, and the 5 guys start to walk into the ship.
And as they're coming through the hallway,
Now.
are they all coming through, or how many's coming in?
Well, like they're all starting to head in. Like there's the one guy in front, and then there's the 2 guys behind him. They're sort of spaced out a couple of feet.
Okay. As soon as you kill zone, when the first guy gets the front of the front of it, and I get the most impact, I'm gonna Cenarius reaches over to his comm link and triggers the detonator.
All right.
And it is 15 plus 10 damage, so 25.
All right, because you do activate the blast with your 2. All right, so. All right, yeah. You splatter the inside of.
It's short range, so there's no like blast quality though. So I don't know how it works exactly.
Well, if you set it off like the first guy comes through and then the 2 second row guys are coming in, if you set it off just as they're coming in, I'm going to say that the explosion is enough because they're like all centered right around where you've put this stuff. I'm going to say it's enough to take out the 3 of them and just leave you the 2 guys that are standing in the rear. Uh, so yeah, you splatter goo all these guys all over the inside of the ship and all over the two guys that were in the rear, which will give you guys a surprise round.
All right. So
After-
after the explosion goes off, Zara's gonna scan to see who's left and notice that there's only 2 left, and she's gonna approach them and get within. Can she get within short range?
Oh yeah, you're all easily within short range.
Okay. As she's walking up, she pulls out her one dragoon pistol and takes a shot.
All right. So that's let's see, 1 purple. Or wait, yeah, 1 purple.
Oh, yes. So not only with that one does it, it has accurate 1, it damages 8, but it also has blast 6 on it, and it triggered on that.
All right. So it's got blast 6, so it deals an extra 6 point of damage, right?
Yep.
All right. So yeah,
So they make a total of 14 damage.
All right. So yeah, you easily kill the one that you were shooting at, and manage to damage the second guy.
All right. That ends my surprise round.
So if you want to describe how you kill him, you're more than welcome.
All right. As after the explosion and the guys are staying there, just seeing their partners in crime explode right in front of them, they look down the hallway as the smoke and all the gore kind of clears off to see this Mandalorian female walking down the hallway ever so casually, and as she does, she pulls out her one blaster that she has on her hip, right in her Zara fashion, right for the head, and pulls the trigger. The first time she's ever used this brand new pistol that Jacob built her quality special, and not only does the one guy's head explode, but the gore and blast just puts the other guy in total shock at this sight.
All right. So, yeah, you nail this guy in the head. You get the blast to go off. It destroys. It just pops his head and destroys the upper half of his torso, and his partner is actually damaged, not necessarily by the blast of the weapon, but for cinematics effect, I'm going to say he's actually impaled with some of the shards of skull and stuff from his partner.
All right. And that pretty much ends my turn, so whoever's next. Anybody else is getting a surprise.
I guess since Proto kind of sticks by Zara, in the last fight and whatever, Proto's walking up, almost kind of casually and a little confused, and he's walking through the smoke and through the short passageway of gore, and looking up at the mess that's been made. And he sort of rubs his little metal droid fingers along the side in the blood, and tilts his head as he's walking up to the last guy and says, "Miss Drax, do we kill them all or leave one alive?" And if she says kill, he's gonna, cave the skull in.
Don't kill him yet. Let's find out who this Mr. X is.
All right. So Proto will actually stop there in front of the guy. Is the guy does that last dude have any weapons on him?
Yeah, the last guy you see is the Duros in the picture I just put up that I forgot to put up earlier. He's carrying a rifle.
All right. Proto will just like face him face to face. I suggest you drop your weapon.
He'd sort of look at you, and he'd look like he's getting ready to drop the weapon, but make a perceptions check, average difficulty. Oh, nil's out. All right, so it looks like he's about ready to drop the weapon, but he's not just dropping the weapon. It looks more like he's going to set the weapon down type of thing. And at that, I'll say it's initiative. And the four of you can roll cool. Four of you can roll cool. She doesn't have. So that's just.
We're rolling for initiative, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to use my rapid reaction to take 2 strain to add 2 successes to my cool check.
All right. So we got 2 PCs, then him, then 2 PCs. And Proto has told him to drop his weapon, and like I said, he's not just dropping the weapon. He's just sort of slowly, like he's bending to slowly set the weapon down. Now, whoever wants to go first can also make a perceptions check if you'd like, average difficulty.
Who's going to go first?
If we go strictly off what you rolled, I'd say Zara. She got the 2 successes and an advantage.
Sounds good to me.
Are we just interrogating him now? Is that what the...
Yeah.
Well, he hasn't put the weapon down yet. Like he's in the process. He's like had it leveled at you guys, and like he's sort of taking it from here leveled at you, sort of about waist height, still pointed at you, but
Okay.
starting to bend over like he's gonna put it down.
Okay, so I'll do my perception check.
But he's not actually dropped the weapon like he was told to.
Okay. And what's the difficulty on the perception check?
Average, 2 purple. All right.
Hey.
You can tell with every fiber in your being just knows that this is a feint.
Oh, he's faking?
Yep.
All right,
Just every fiber in your being just tells you that he's playing and he's going to eventually pull the trigger.
Okay. So Zara will, so let's see. That's where are we at? Still?
It'll still be just 1 difficulty for you because you're all within just like maybe 5 feet of each other. You're just about on engaged, but not quite.
Come on. Not sure. There it goes. Oh,
Okay. 3 advantage. You didn't roll a failure. per
all
my
right.
house
So
rule.
we can do the. All right. So we will we'll take a success on that.
Okay.
So it's 10 damage with a. Oh, and I forgot to roll my accurate on that. Well, that's fine. With Pierce 4 on that.
Pierce 4.
Yeah.
Right, so that's so it's actually 9 damage. All right. Yeah, you kill him too.
All right. So Zara, noticing that this guy is just not gonna do it, he's gonna fire, and knowing that they're not gonna get any information, just as in your typical Zara fashion, takes him out.
All right. So typical Zara, nice clean headshot to him, and takes him down. And like as his body hits the floor, you can hear from a comm link that's on one of them, one of the 2 bodies that weren't destroyed. You can hear a muffled Mr. X. So is there anything valuable on the ship?
She'll look up over at Darius. Is Darius standing right near in that area?
Yeah.
Okay. Look over at Darius and go, should we respond?
Hey, Proto, can you do a fake a voice to sound like one of the ones that you heard?
Where'd he go?
Proto is
Okay.
the Wonder Droid.
Proto will God, horrible idea. He will respond, yes, I can speak in many different languages.
Can you sound like them, or the one that was talking?
Of course.
Do I believe that he can, or do I just think he's just saying it?
I don't know. He's
No, I'm
definitely
asking
just
Sean.
like it.
Well, out of character sort of thing. Is that something that Proto can do? Or
No,
are you
no, not at all. Proto
Zara.
has undergone many upgrades to himself, but actually upgrading the motivators and voice boxes is something he has never ever done. So he
All
sounds
right.
like crap even for a droid.
All right, so that is going to be a let's see.
Hold on. If he's that, we have. If it's like that, he can't. Zara, why don't you say something? Why don't you go ahead and answer it?
All right. So
Maybe make it some little static or it's like something is going on. They ask if there's anything valuable.
Zara
you can
will
say,
pick up the communicator.
"Ah."
She'll sit there and think for a minute and click on the communicator and say, kind of make the static, kind of break it up as she's communicating. She'll say having trouble with the getting on the ship, radiation, something's wrong with their ship. Please hold. And as she's saying that, she's kind of making it so it kind of statics out, so it kind of is broken up.
Okay. What is your deception skill?
My deception rank.
Yeah. What's your deception?
I got so it would be 2 yellow, 1 green
Okay.
if I did a roll.
Yeah, better than mine.
All right, so that's going to be 2 red and a purple versus his 2 green. And he gets a setback because you're doing everything in your power to make it sound all broke up.
Use a light side die.
All right. He believes you 100%.
Good.
Like the one of the 2 other ones that were coming in that got blown up was female. So there is a female in the group. So he believes you 100% that. And you hear over the comm here, well, hurry up, we gotta get back to the ship.
All right, boys. So now, what do we do? Do we take this patrol boat? Do we get this ship running and get the hell out of here?
We put the. How many can we get in the patrol boat? Does it look like they've got 5, right? That they
Yeah,
brought in.
5.
They were able to cram 5 people into it.
Okay.
Like
We're
you can tell from looking in the ship, from just the hatch, that they've gutted the patrol boat to be able to fit 5 in it.
All right. Like I said before, we stick our guests in the lifeboats and stick Fweep in with one of them because you get 3 in each. We have 2 boats. Put tracking devices on them and launch them right before this thing blows.
Frodo's looking back and forth, like between Darius and Zara, repeatedly. Wait, but what is going to blow?
The ship. We're going to make it appear that the reactors overheat and it blows up. So then what we're going to do is take the patrol boat and then go to the big ship and take over it. Are you up for that, Proto?
Still like looking, shifting backwards and forwards between Darius and Zara. Hurry! I'll get our hurry! And he starts like making his way to acquire the guests, and he's like, boat, piece of crap, smoking, blowing up. Hurry!
Scenarios. Can you rig the engines to look like a reactor failure so it blows up?
That should be pretty easy considering
Our condition.
it could blow up.
No. Could you do that, please?
All right, you boys. Let's get this set up. Let's get this done.
All right.
I suggest we should. Oh, sorry, Sean.
Oh, go for it.
Whatever you want to take with you, but remember we can't take a lot.
Well, you've got 2 pods. You can cram your personal belongings in one pod and cram the rest of them in the other pod.
You want to cram all 6 of them in the?
Well, there's only
4 of them. Get 4 into there, and I'll stick Fweep in the other with our stuff. All right.
I'm just saying.
What?
We don't need the Rhodian. We can leave him. If that's something you guys would do.
I gave him my word that he would go to the next port. This will be the next best thing. We'll put him in the lifeboat.
All right. She has a thing about prisoners.
All right, so I'll grant it to you. You guys are able to get all your stuff into the stuff that you want to keep out of your quarters into one lifeboat. along with Fweep, and I'm guessing the Silamiri pet of Zara's.
Well,
Yeah.
she'll take the pet with her on this
On the patrol boat?
patrol boat.
All right. So yeah, you're able to get all your
Yeah,
stuff
she'll
onto
take the pet with her, but the rest of her stuff.
Okay, you're able to get all your stuff onto one escape pod, and you're able to get the others into the other one, and you're able to get because the engines are already so badly damaged, you're able to easily make it look like an accident. I won't make you roll for it. And you get onto the patrol boat. Are you going to radio them to tell them that this thing's about to blow, or are you just going to detach and head for the other ship?
We're going to detach and
and
then
head for the ship.
head for the ship. And then when it blows, we'll tell them.
Yeah, they'll be able to figure it out as we're coming back that when the ship blows up, that something went wrong.
All right. So about 10 minutes passes. You guys all board onto the patrol boat, detach, and begin heading back. And just as you guys detach and are heading back, Mr. X radios again, and he says, "So, anything valuable? Were you able to? You bringing anything back?"
Zara will get on the comm again and say, we got a little bit of stuff what we could before the ship looks like it's gonna blow at any time. Or did it already blow?
It hasn't blown yet.
Okay. She'll go, it's gonna blow at any time. We have a little bit of stuff here, nothing much. Probably not worth our time or effort.
All right. Are you trying to make it sound like it's breaking up again?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep trying to make it sound like we're having problems with communications.
All right.
So
I'm actually going to add another setback to him, which I don't really need to, but I'm going to. Okay, so yeah, he again believes the fake transmission and all that, and he begins to quickly head for the other ship as well as you. And as you guys are just getting ready to dock with the cruiser, your ship, the Dancing Hut, explodes into this bright bluish white ring of light, and debris, and you're able to board onto this other ship. You board onto the other ship, and when you get in to the ship, there's like nobody waiting for you guys to get off the ship. And you get the feeling from the look of the place, that this thing is being run by a skeleton crew. Like, it would normally take 50 to 60 people to run this ship and run it smoothly. But from the looks of the inside of the place, it's being run by a skeleton crew.
and would we know how much about a skeleton crew it would take?
I have a simpler question. The Z95, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we dock, when do they dock, and when does that pilot get out of the Z95?
All right. Like, each patrol boat is like, or your patrol boat docks on one side of the ship. He flies around to the other side and docks onto the other side of it. Like, if you've ever seen Rebels or any of that, how the A-wings and stuff dock onto the sides of the ship.
No, I thought you said that they came from the same spot.
Yeah, no, they each dock on the opposite side of the ship. So you'll be coming from two different airlocks. But Darius, being a pilot and being former Republic and all that, would know that a skeleton crew, in order to run this, would be a minimum of at least 10 people to run the ship.
All right.
Okay. Well, we've got two choices, boys. We're either going to be prisoners on this ship, or we're going to be the new captains of this ship.
The hell with being prisoners. Let's go take over this thing.
Proto raises his hand.
Yes, Proto.
I would rather be a captain.
Pardon me?
I would rather be a captain, not a captive.
Good idea. That I agree with you.
Okay, so how do you guys want to go about taking the ship? Do you guys want to try and stealthily make your way to the bridge, or do you want to go in guns blazing and...
I'd like to try for stealth. I don't know. Does that sound okay with the rest of you?
Proto's gonna like kneel down to as close to eye level as he can with Cenarius, and face Cenarius. Do you think you can blow this ship up too?
Cenarius is still reeling from the last two explosions. He's got to set off, and just his grin. It's already ear to ear, and then, I mean, if it could get bigger, we could see it get bigger at that request.
What ship do you want to blow up? The Headhunter?
Proto is like nodding his head and just saying, "I'm smiling too, only on the inside." Proto looks at the captain, starts rubbing his head. I thought this is why we have him. We can take the ship by threatening to blow it up. Wasn't that your plan?
I would like to stealthily get control of it, but if threats need to be made, that's a good one. But are you also talking about blowing up the Headhunter or the big ship? The Headhunter, blowing that up could also cause damage, but it could also be
No. The battleship.
Okay. If we need to make that threat, that's a good threat to make. But I think we should try to gain control stealthily at first, if that's possible.
Yeah, the entire time, like there's one little screeching hum from Proto's head, and a small bit of smoke arising, as he's obviously straining certain circuits to come up with as ingenious plans as he can.
Proto, relax a little bit, so you can take care of yourself. You're okay right now.
Alright, so you guys are going to try and stealthily make your way to the bridge to try and take the ship?
I would like to if we can.
Alright. Whoever has the best stealth out of the group, make
It's all right.
make an average stealth check.
Okay.
With let's see, everybody's trying to be quiet, making it there. I'm gonna say you'll get 3 boosts, one for each person.
Okay.
And
Total.
you'll also get 2 setbacks though.
Okay. That's fine. Alright. I'm just making sure I got everything from my stealth stuff. Alright.
Cenarius, I think, has a yellow and 3 greens.
Okay, so I go with the highest of theirs, or just mine?
You'll roll yours, but I'm gonna give you a boost for each one of them.
Okay, I got that. All right, and then one.
You also get, you get 2 purple and 2 setback. So
Okay,
2
2
purple,
setback.
2 black.
All right, we got it. I'll take that.
All right. So yeah, you managed to make it to the ship, or to the bridge of the ship, and you don't run across any other crewmen on your way there. Like you can hear a couple that are off in different rooms or different corridors as you're heading forward to the bridge of the ship, but you don't actually come across any of them.
Nice.
And when you get to the bridge of the ship, you can see a Duros that looks a lot like Cad Bane, the one guy in the one picture I had up earlier. And you can see two other Twi'leks males with him. And like as you guys come stepping onto the bridge of the ship, he sees you guys step onto the bridge, and he just kind of gives you this dumbfounded look for a minute or for a moment. And you're not my crew. Who the hell are? What the hell? Kill these guys!
Now we go guns a-blazing.
And because you guys so blatantly succeeded on your stealth check and all that to get there, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a surprise round because they are obviously surprised that you're there.
What I was trying to say was that Frodo is actually extending his hand and starting to walk forward and actually introducing himself as, "Hello, I am droid PR0-T0, known as Proto. I will be your new captain."
All right, so you're saying that after he says kill these guys, and he just looks at you. He says, "Screw that! Kill these people and dismantle that damn droid."
All right. After that, Zara will draw the Viper out and take a shot at one of the guys flanking him.
Okay.
Let's take the
bridge
right.
bridge here is fairly large, but at the same time, I mean, you're within close range of them because it's not that large.
Okay.
So I'm going to say that's one red.
One red. Okay.
Because with 7 of you on the bridge, it's a little cramped. And Proto walked out in front of everybody to try and introduce himself.
And we're gonna. And we added my appropriate accurate this time around. Sweet.
All right. So 3 successes
So that
and an
would be-
advantage. So that's base plus 2.
So that'd be 12, and with Pierce 4.
All right. So that's 12 damage. All right. You nail the Twi'lek to the left of the captain, and you drop him.
All right. So of course, Zara, traditional headshot Zara, take her shot, knocks him out, and says after the shot and he drops, says, "I suggest you surrender your ship to us now." And
That's not going to happen.
All right. Whoever wants to go next?
How far is Mr. Duros with the hat from me?
He's at the edge of short to medium, so I mean he's like probably 15 to 20 feet away from you.
All right.
You're all within short range.
And the other Twi'lek?
The same. I mean, probably. I'd say the captain's probably at about 15 feet from you, because he's standing like middle of the bridge, and the other guy's probably like 18 feet from you. He's just a few feet behind him, on his right.
All right. I want to make a dash at the Duros, run, jump, and tackle him. And as I do
Okay.
that, I'm going to tell whoever wants to be next, shoot the Twi'lek.
All right. Make me an athletics check versus 3 purple.
Okay.
As the captain runs past, I don't have a gun.
Don't worry, I already fired.
Okay. And I want to use a. Said 3 purple.
Yep.
I want to use a light side die.
All right. So I clicked one off for you.
All right. This works. All right. And what I'll do is as I do this, I will also just hand the blaster over, or toss it, or just throw it at the robot.
Proto.
Yeah, Proto.
Oh. You fail to tackle him, but you are grappled up with him. What do your 6 advantages do?
I want to snap his head, snap his neck. So I would like to, or at least be able to.
I'll tell you what. I'll spend another light side for you, and allow you to make a strength versus let's see, his bronze. That's going to be 3 purple as well.
All right.
Wow. The dice are not with you.
Jeez. No, the dice are not liking you tonight.
No.
What do you get out of your 2 advantages? You don't manage to snap his neck, but you're still grappled all up with him and sort of standing there wrestling around with him.
Said Twi'lek, drop your gun.
The Twi'lek's already on the ground.
Oh,
Yeah, like
Well,
as you
one's
ran
on
up.
isn't there 2?
Well, there was, but like as you run up, Cenarius, he fires. He already rolled,
Got it. Oh, cool. All right.
which he got.
That's 15
I see it.
plus Pierce 2, so.
So they're both
Alright.
out.
Yeah, both Twi'leks are dropped, and it's just the 2 of you standing there grappling around with each other.
With everyone sort of doing what they're doing, Proto's gonna walk up and try to help our captain.
All right, help your captain do what?
I think I'm just gonna are they grappling like standing up or?
Yeah, they're
How
standing up.
tall is
sort
the
of.
Duros? Darius is 6'5".
The Duros is shorter than you are. He's only like 5'9".
Okay. So,
I'm gonna get him in the gut and just knock him out. That's all Proto's gonna do. He's not gonna kill him, or the intention is not to kill. He's gonna do a normal brawl attack with the intentions of knocking him out.
All right. He's grappled up, so I'm just going to grant it that you nail him in the gut and sort of double him over, sort of knocking the wind out of him, like he collapses to his knees, sort of thing, gasping for breath.
And as Proto does this, he looks to Darius. He faces Darius. How am I going to be captain if we kill all the crew?
there wasn't much.
Well, at this, it would normally be initiative, but when it's just you and one other person that's technically in the fight, I'm going to say that the other 8 guys, because there was 10 on the ship plus the 6 that went out. The one in the Z95 and the 5 in the drop patrol boat. So the one from the starfighter and the other 7 people that were on the ship, they're like coming through the 2 different doors that lead onto the bridge, and they see you guys fighting with the captain, and they all just sort of stand and watch. Like, they're not making any moves to attack or do anything. They're just standing there and watching at the moment.
All right. Proto is looking at them. He introduces himself. Hello, I am Droid. Destination PR0-T0, also known as Proto. I will be your new captain. And then he's grabbing the Duros, which I'm assuming is the captain, and like sort of manhandles him to stand up. Looks at him and goes, right.
The Duro spits at you.
Well, then he'll just headbutt him.
Oh,
All right.
I'm afraid that was the incorrect answer.
Yeah, you headbutt him, and like, I mean, if a Duros had a nose, you'd have broke it. Like, you hear this wet sort of thunk as your metal skull or metal head comes into contact with his skull, and he sort of goes limp. I mean, he's still conscious, but he goes limp in your grasp.
Proto's gonna start slapping him on the face. I didn't hit you that hard.
You hear one of the crew members. He says, "I'll call you captain when you kill him."
Oh, then he'll just like twist his head off.
wait! Before you do, I take his hat. Well, I guess his hat might already be off.
Yeah, like his hat fell off when you guys collided with each other.
Cenarius, why don't you take his hat? You might have fun with that.
Well, Proto's gonna just proceed to like twist his head like a bottle cap.
All right, and because I'm gonna drop his resistance from 3 to 2, so it's gonna be your brawn versus 2 purple. To see if you're capable of snapping his neck.
I'm probably capable of twisting it right the hell off.
More than likely. Yeah. Well, you didn't roll the 2 purple.
Ah, sorry about that.
No.
Let me add a 2 purple in.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. You twist his head completely around, and he's dead. And
well, that was simple.
one of the guys in the group here, he steps forward, and you recognize the voice instantly as Mr. X. And he says, "All right." He looks to the rest of the guys. He says, "Well, I guess we got a droid for a captain now."
Oh God.
Cenarius snickers.
"Sorry, Captain. What are your orders?"
Oh. To retrieve the lifeboats.
He turns around and he looks at the group, and he points to 3 of them. He says, "You 3, get in the boarding vessel and go grab those things. Bring them in." And they turn around and walk off. You guys are now the captains of this ship, and you have a crew of 8 people. Skeleton crew for this cruiser, and we get the classic Star Wars screen wipe. And when it comes back, you guys are dropping from hyperspace, and
With the notion of actually being captain of this ship, the prisoners, now that Proto's making his own decisions, he would have actually uncuffed the prisoners and given them slightly more comfortable lodging, as it were.
Okay. You guys drop from hyperspace at the coordinates that you were given to meet up with Momoda.
That's the ship. Oh, okay. I was thinking the one from
No,
Princess
this
Leia ship. Oh.
You are on the Princess Leia ship.
Oh, okay.
This is the ship that you find waiting for you at the coordinates that you were given for meeting with Momoda.
Okay.
And upon reaching these coordinates, you are given, or you get a comm signal. Please identify your vessel by sending your ship's ident code.
So I'll have Fleet, if the captain doesn't mind, have him plug-ins to do that.
All right, are you sending this ship's ident code, or are you sending your old ship's ident code? Because your old ship is the one that they're waiting for.
Explain that we, the crew of with the ident code, that we, the crew of the former Dancing Hut, which has been destroyed, have now taken control over this ship.
Ah. Thank you. Please dock at the lower docking seal and come aboard. We have been waiting on you for quite some time now.
So who's ever drawing? You're muted, Nelson.
Sorry about that. So we're small enough to dock with the other ship, right?
Well, you're capable of like getting underneath that ship and docking with it. Your ships are about equal size. Like this ship is just a slight bit bigger.
Okay. So, Proto's like, prepare docking maneuvers.
All right, so you guys get docked, and the four of you, with your prisoners, all go through the airlock, and when you get onto the other side of the airlock, onto the other ship, you can tell that their airlock is upgraded. It's not just simply like the ladder where you climb through and you climb up into the ship. Like you get through the airlock, and it's a turbo lift type of thing that'll take you up. And the lift, as soon as the seven of you are all through and into this thing, the hatch closes, the turbo lift activates. You're raised up into a large cargo hold type of thing, like just from the echo of the sound of the lift coming up, because it's like pitch black when you raise up into the ship. And as the cargo lift, or as the turbo lift comes up and locks into place, you get the echo sound of it locking in, and lights flick on, and it's like disorientingly bright for a moment, going from pitch black to bright. And you see yourselves are surrounded by four battle droids, and let's see here, where is my overlay? Dun, dun, dun. Hey, come back here. You've got four battle droids surrounding you, along with a gentleman in black armor and robes wearing a It's not the mask that you see on this guy, but he's got like a demonic sort of looking mask on. And you hear over the intercom, so it's you that was sent to retrieve my property. How unfortunate for you. And you guys recognize this voice as being Momoda's voice, that Darius and Zara do. This is, it's unfortunate for you, but pleasing for me, as I was told to dispose of those delivering my property.
Well, that doesn't seem a very good business deal.
Seems like, boys, the Black Sun screwed us.
Now what else is new?
I don't even know these guys.
We were on the ship. You did the explosion. You remember? The former captain put you in a locker. Is something malfunctioning with you?
And the guy in black robes and armor with the demonic mask, he just sort of looks at you and he says, well, it's unfortunate that you don't know these guys. But orders are orders. We're supposed to dispose of all of you.
Now, are the Twi'leks with us still?
Yes, and he sort of waves a hand at a couple of the droids, and they step in, or begin to step in and head for the Twi'lek women. They're not walking in threatening or anything, just like they're going to retrieve their cargo, basically.
Up to
Alright.
the sluts.
Actually, between those droids and the Twi'leks, Proto will sort of just bluntly interpose himself.
The guy, he's no. We can do this clean, or we can gun it out and fight. It's makes no difference to me. I get to kill you all no matter what. How do
Is
you
there
want to
anyone
do
else in
this?
the room? Or is it just those four droids and the
It's just the four droids and
imposing
him.
figure?
There's a lot of crates and stuff. There's like a walkway that runs through the top of the cargo hold. But all you see is the four of them and him.
Proto will look to the Twi'leks. Now, just let me know how they respond. Proto will look at the turn to speak to the Twi'leks and say, please, would you be so kind as to remain here while we handle this situation?
They are in a sheer panic from the look on their face, and they're not making any move toward the droids at all.
And you said
They actually sort of shy away from them.
You said we're sort of in a hall that came from the turbo lift, right?
You're in a cargo hold. A very large. It's probably 50 by 50 foot across. Probably another 30 or so
the
feet
area
tall.
in which we came.
It was a turbo lift that brought you right up into the middle of the room.
Oh, okay.
How
Like
close
off
are the
to-
droids?
The droids are like right at the edges of the turbo lift circle where it comes up. Like there's two on each side of you, two in front, two behind type of deal. And the guy's standing maybe 20 feet away from you.
So there's 4 battle droids, right?
Yep.
I think I'm just going to destroy 2 of them.
Before you get a chance to,
Okay.
I'm going to drop a ion grenade.
Ooh. Very nice.
Alright.
Just wait, Nelson. I got you. Hopefully,
All right.
if they
I'll
die.
let you drop the ion grenade, and then we're gonna roll initiative.
Okay. Difficulty.
Well,
The
I mean,
attacker.
if you're just dropping it on the ground, there's not any real difficult. I'll say it's 1 difficulty.
Okay.
Now, if you're gonna try and roll it and get it close to somebody or something, I'd say it's probably gonna be a 2.
Okay. Well, like I said, you said they're kind of surrounding us, so the blast should
Yeah,
get
they're
all of them.
surrounded.
As long as I get enough advantages, hopefully. You know, I'm gonna use a light side point.
Okay.
No advantage. I'm sorry, Nelson. I needed an advantage to save you.
All right. So you drop an ion grenade. You get 5 successes and 1 threat. The threat, I'm going to say, is a strain to you just out of the bit of fear that's sort of got the hair on your little back neck standing up.
Damn. So yeah, so 15 strain damage.
Okay.
Is that stun damage or
It's treated as strain, correct?
like?
For droids?
It'd be stun, but it transfers to strain damage. Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm just asking because my soak would apply to it.
Yeah, your soak does
That's
apply to
stun.
it.
Damn. That's
And the close quarter rules and all that for this, I'm going to say take effect because they're like right on top of you guys. So you actually do drop the 4 droids. They just sort of shut down.
Here, Frodo. I'm got. But he doesn't actually go down.
That's good.
And now you guys can roll initiative, and I'm going to say vigilance checks.
Oh, vigilance on this one? Oh, well.
That hurt, man.
Wait, add this onto it, Sean. What I'm rolling next on the mine.
Yeah, I have selective detonation. If I had an advantage, I should have left a green to increase the chance of the advantage. I think instead, then I could have not had it harm you at all.
Okay, so
That was my plan.
let's see.
Okay, I need to somehow up my soak magically to 15.
So that's 3 successes and 3 advantage on mine. Because I forgot that.
All right, so 3 success. Because he rolls a triumph, he actually gets to go first. But so it's going to be NPC versus then the 4 of you guys. Because you shut down the 4 droids. So it's just him and you guys. Alright, so he's like out at medium range from you guys. And let's see here. Bum, 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 bum. Where is it? I can do that as a. Alright, so he.
Oh, that's not good.
He I didn't mean to roll the other 2 yellows with it. I forgot to take those off. But he goes from medium range to right in between you guys. He just a nice big force leap and lands right in the middle of you guys. And like while he's in midair, he uses his quick draw to draw out a lightsaber and activates the blades on it, and he's got this double-bladed lightsaber. And let's see, then as his action, let's see, where is my thing here? Where's that? There it is. So that's... Alright, he, ooh, and I'm going to go ahead and flip to turn in case that's because you're all within close or engaged range of him now. That's just 2 that I need to activate. And he grabs Cenarius, being the one who dropped his droids with a grenade. He just sort of, kind of like you see in the picture there, he's got the double-bladed lightsaber held in his right hand, and with his left, he holds his hand up at Cenarius, and he grabs him up and like throws his hand off to the side and throws Cenarius over against a wall, dealing, let's see, for hurl, that's... Wait, I have to roll his... I forgot. I gotta roll his ranged, which being... That would be 2 purple, so that's... Yeah, he succeeds. I didn't mean to roll the force dice with it. So yeah, that's 10 damage. Because you're... Well, actually, you're... Yeah, 10 damage. Or wait, no, you're not silhouette 1, are you? You're silhouette 0.
I'm silhouette 0, so I wasn't sure if that was going to affect it or not.
So that's going to be 5 damage instead of 10. As he throws you up against a wall.
2.
And now it's the 4 of you in whatever order you want to go.
I'm just gonna pummel him if nobody minds.
No, I don't mind.
Let's see. Hold on. Where is that at? God damn it. Alright. Passive. Reduce difficulty.
All right. While you're looking for that, the other guy, when you have a force rating that you roll dice, every time you use a force power, doesn't it consume the dice for the round?
Yeah, he doesn't have any more to save or hold up.
No. I'm just it's me and my mind that's making me curious. I just wanted a quick thing. Go ahead. Just whatever you were looking for.
He's got Terrify and improved Terrify and all that. I was just looking to see if it had to be if it was an action or what. But with improved, it's just it's a passive.
If that's the fear thing, whenever we're engaged with it, we roll it.
Yeah, but that wouldn't because I forgot to. I'm just going to wait till his next turn. I should have done it at the beginning of his turn whenever he got in there. So I'll just wait till his next turn.
Alright.
You wouldn't be affected by it anyway. You're a droid.
Would you guys mind if I use a light type? No?
Oh, go ahead.
Nope.
Just want to upgrade this, and Does he have any bonuses to his defenses or anything?
Are you meleeing?
Yeah.
Yes, he's got 2 defense, so
Alright.
you get 2 setbacks.
All right. Let's pray that this gamble works. You can hear one of Proto Fist's sort of he balls up one of his fists, and then like lets out a gout of energetic steam as there's light beginning to shine beneath the knuckles, and he's going to use his blast knucklers.
All right. He uses an incidental to dodge.
All right. But he's giving him the old one too, so I'm upgrading my difficulty. I'm adding a purple so that I can trigger 2 attacks if I get the requisite.
Alright, let's see. When targeted by combat check, may perform dodges, incidental, suffer a number of strain no greater than the ranks dodge, so that's 3 strain. Alright, so that, let's see, you upgraded your attack, which would have been 2, so now it's 3. So those are 3 red instead of 3 purple.
So he does dodge 3?
Yep, he's got 3 ranks in dodge.
Well, he just suffered strain, so whatever.
Yep.
I've done something. Let's see if I can do more. May the force be with this droid. And it is not. I hit him.
Oh, yeah, you hit. So, yeah, go ahead and, what's the damage from your hit, and I'll let you use your advantage, and then I'll tell you what the...
I deal 11 damage with the hit.
Ooh. So it's... Alright. So you rock him a good one right in the side of the head type of thing, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Or right in the face.
As soon as it makes contact, you hear like a little blast or discharge as it magnifies the impact. For the advantage, I'm actually going to let it ride for the next attack to give a bonus, knocking him slightly off balance with the force of this blow. It sets him up in line of sight for the next attack, so it's a little bit easier. And the despair, you let me know what that is.
The despair, because you were trying to give him a 1-2, I'm going to say the despair is that he gets his lightsaber up and manages to... you're minus a hand.
Yeah, that's not real.
No, he can't do that with it. No, let's see. That's going to be... Let's see. No, he does get his lightsaber up, but instead of taking off the hand, like he just barely grazes the hand that you've got and like knocks it to where it doesn't hit him, and he disables your little power fist dealie on that other hand. So you just got power fist on the one hand instead of both. And next.
I'll go next. What's the distance between Zara and this dude?
You're all in engaged range at the moment, except for Cenarius.
Shit. All right.
Be at medium.
You would be at medium. Okay. Zara's gonna. Shit, I didn't want to do this. Okay. Zara's gonna roll out to get within short range. She's gonna take a second maneuver to aim for his hand that has a lightsaber in it.
Okay. So you're aiming for that specific hand.
Yes.
So upgrade your difficulty to instead of 2 purple, 3.
It's not a setback for the aim?
Oh yeah, sorry, setback.
Okay, because yeah, my column negates that, so. Alright, so what was the difficulty then?
2 purple.
2 purple. Alright, so. On then my accurate 2, right? Yeah. Alright, here we go.
I should have gave him ranks and adversary, but I didn't.
Alright, so 2 successes and an advantage.
All right.
So Zara aims, realizing and kind of remembering some of the things she's slowly remembering from her past, realizes that lightsaber is probably the deadliest thing that they're going to have to face right now, and she decides to disarm him and points, instead of going for a normal headshot, adjusts her shot to take that lightsaber right out of his hand with the shot. So she aims for his hand. And so all of the damage on that's 10, 11 plus Pierce 4.
All right. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, you hit him right in the hand, and I'll grant it to you with the amount of damage that does. It actually he drops the weapon.
All right, and that's with the advantage. I'll pass it on to the next person. A boost die, and that's basically Zara's turn.
Okay.
How many people did we see besides him and the 4 droids as we came on board?
Just him and the 4 droids.
How far is that from where we docked to where we came in? Is it right here? I mean, did we come right onto this place?
Yeah, the turbo lift brought you right up to where you're at, and like right off to the side of the turbo lift, like it's attached to the turbo lift.
Yeah.
There's like this little pedestal that's got the turbo lift controls on it.
Okay. Do I see anything? What's in here that looks like it could be heavy? Is he on the ground or is he still standing?
He's standing right in the middle of you and Proto. Zara has rolled off of the turbo lift to short range, and Cineris has been thrown off against a wall. He's off at medium range at the moment.
All right.
Well, just at the edge of medium range.
I want to shoot his lightsaber and blow it up.
Okay. So let's see, it's going to be, I'm going to say, I'm going to spin that, make that 1 purple to shoot the lightsaber. And to try and destroy a weapon. Let's see, it's got okay. Let's see, with Thunder 2, that means it's got to be hit twice, doesn't it?
Where is the lightsaber? So, like where we're at? Is it right down where we're at, or is it?
Yeah, like when he got shot in the hand,
Yeah.
it's still on the turbo lift, but it's like right at the edge of the circular turbo lift. Like he gets shot in the hand, his hand kind of goes up, and he drops, lets go of it.
I want to move to
So
short. To where
it deactivate. Well, you're within short.
I am, okay.
Yeah.
I'll pick it up.
That is a viable option.
No. I'll do it. I'll pick it up.
All right. Do you pick it up and activate it, or just pick it up?
I'm going to pick it up. I wish I could see what this room was like. No, you know what? All right. Because I hate these guys. I'm going to pick it up, see if I can get over to him, and activate it and run him through.
All right. You wouldn't be able to get back to him.
Yeah.
Well, no, you can. You'd have to take 2 strain if you wanted to still try and
I'll do it.
have an attack.
I'll do it.
All right. So you activate it.
Yes.
It's got gene lock on it.
Oh, so that's only he can adjust it.
You can activate it, but you just lost your hand as it detonates.
Oh, so it blew up?
Yep.
No problem.
But you just lost whatever hand right. I'm guessing you're right-handed, so.
Sure.
And I think that is actually 10 points of damage too. Yeah. I would say I'm sorry, but I'm really not.
I don't care. It's a game. So when that happens, then I get my gun and fire.
Being.
I will fire at him with my left hand, with my gun.
All right. You were on your way back to him when you activated it, so you're gonna be within engaged range. That's gonna be. I'm gonna flip and say that's gonna be 1 purple, 1 red.
All right. Well, I'm gonna also use a light side die.
All right. So I'll flip that back over.
And how much? Let's see. 1 purple, 1 red.
Yep. And 1 setback for just having your other hand blown off.
Okay. That's the black die, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. So the shock of all this, you get your shot off, but it's a wild shot and you miss. You have an advantage. I'm gonna pass it on to the next player.
Sure, why not? Yeah.
Okay. And the only one that hasn't gone yet is Cineris.
So he is aroused from kind of being knocked out from the throw by the sound of an explosion and this smell of powder and burnt flesh. And then seeing that the pale skin can no longer pick him up, he's energized and ready to get back in the fight.
Actually, I can pick you up with my other hand.
So I'm at medium range, so I'm gonna. Do I need to spend a maneuver to get up, or can I move to short?
Per the rules, you would have to, but I'm going to say you're able to get up.
Okay, I say because I'll take the strain to move to short if you want me to, and then.
Okay. And then yeah, you use your maneuver to stand up, and you take the 2 strain to get within short range, back onto the platform, sort of thing.
And I'm going to go ahead and use a slight side point.
All right.
Upgrade this. Flip. All right. Let's see what we got. Oh, that's beautiful. I'll take it.
All right.
So it's 10 for the hit plus 4 more, so 14, pierce 2, and a crit.
All right. So
With a boost to pass on to the next person.
all right. Well, you guys have almost done him in. And as we come back to the top of the round, the ship, you hear this muffled explosion, and all of you have been in a scenario where the ship you're on has been shot. So you instantly recognize this explosion as the ship being shot. The ship, you hear the explosion, the ship rocks and jolts, and a new voice, or the droid voice that you guys heard whenever you guys were on board your ship, comes over the comms saying, "We are under attack. Dispose of them quickly so we can jettison their ship." And it is then his turn, and let's see here, reset this, that's boom, 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 and there we go.
Oh, wait a minute. I got a question, Sean.
Okay.
I've had the Solemn Mary on me.
Oh.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah.
I forgot all about you having that Asilamiri.
It just popped on. I was like, oh wait.
Well then, let me take that off. We'll say that theatrical wise, just because we can't go back in time and
Right.
redo everything. We'll say that for some reason, for a moment, he was able to.
It got scared and ran off. Then it came out and jumped back on his shoulders.
Yes, perfect.
Even the Cenarius actually stole it and was trying to keep it back, and it got away, and it went back to its mommy.
Yeah, when you guys first came up, it jumped down and ran off and was looking around, and now it's back with you. So, well, actually, you're at short range now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm at short range.
So, you're not within range to stop him from doing this, because it's only like a 5-foot radius around you that thing affects.
Right.
So, he does this. Wrong friggin' button, damn it. Sorry. Let's see here. Okay, there's this, and this button. And he'll take the strain, and well, no, I'll flip that so he doesn't take the strain. He'll just take the conflict. He leaps straight up onto the catwalk, and then takes a couple more strain to take another maneuver, and begins running for the hatchway as the ship begins to buck and rock again from being shot.
So he's running away from us?
Yep.
Alright. Zara will get on the comm and say, alright guys, this is our chance. Let's get back on our ship and get the hell out of here.
Okay.
So Proto will gather up his guests. Come now. We're done here.
You get to go home.
And stand back on the lift.
All right, so all of you get on the lift and reactivate it to go back down to yours.
Yep.
All right. You guys get onto your ship and detach. And firsthand, just as your lift begins to drop, you hear him holler down that this isn't over. And
Don't they always say that?
you lower down. You
Then
get into
come
your
back.
ship. Get into your ship, detach, and that's where we're going to end tonight. And the tide change is that who is it that is attacking Momota's ship on behalf of the Rhodian?
No.
Because the tide change that was from the last time that won was that the Rhodian activated a personal distress beacon. And who is it that's attacking the ships on behalf of the Rhodian?
It can't be, but I'm gonna say it anyway. And I don't even know if I should say it because you probably already know what I'm gonna say. But Echo did have a score to settle with Momota, so possibly Echo.
Okay.
The rebellion.
Alright. Darius is the rebellion.
They're the rebels. Who is rebellion?
Alright, Cenarius, you spell out Cnarius, right?
Cinereus.
EOS. Okay. I couldn't remember. Alright.
Let's see.
So, is Echo. Darius says the rebellion. So Zara and Cenarius have your tide change still. Who is attacking the ships on behalf of the Rhodian?
I got an idea. Give me just a moment.
Echo and affiliates.
Alright. The group that is attacking is a group of smugglers and pirates, and their leader's name is...
Sylvia, Utah.
No. Their leader is Cruz Neon War.
Cruz Neon War?
Yes.
And his pirates, huh?
She.
Oh, and her pirates.
Alias Sylvia, Utah.
Nope. I know who it is. Sean might know who it is.
I think that's another one of Kerr's kids.
Oh,
Yep.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Cenarius, who do you think it is that would be attacking the ships on behalf of the Rhodium?
Your mic's muted, right?
I don't have anything. Trying to find something. Who? Yeah.
Darth Maul.
Yeah, I've got nothing. Um,
Well, it's a group of Twi'leks that he was trying to move from slavery. So I mean, it could be the Free Ryloth movement.
yeah,
Could
I
be
was
a,
thinking
The
of maybe
Tronic
that,
Liberation League.
but that's too old for that one. Yeah, it's going with the. I was looking at the Free Ryloth movement.
yeah, because they're active all the way through the Imperial era. Okay, so the Free Ryloth movement. All right. So Proto has Echo and his affiliates. Zara has Cruz Neon War and her pirates. Darius has the Rebellion. And Cenarius has the Free Ryloth movement for the tide change tonight. And that brings our 12th session to an end. And our 13th will be in 2 weeks. So let's see, tonight is the 13th. So that'll be, hey, my birthday, June 27th.
Oh. Well, are you sure you want to play on your birthday? You want to do it the week after?
No, I'm good.
All right. If you
Get to
change
game
your
on my
mind, that's no
birthday.
problem.
So, yeah, 2 weeks at 10 p.m. will be our 13th session. And we'll get to find out who it is that is attacking the ships.
It's Sylvia, Utah.
That's the end of our session tonight. Thanks for watching, everyone.